What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another vlog with me, JustConix. Today's vlog I'm going to be talking about my trip to America. Loved America. America was amazing. Those of you that follow my Instagram and Twitter and stuff will already know quite a lot about my trip because I posted quite a lot of it to there. But I thought I'd do a vlog and just go over everything. Maybe not everything, but just talk about it. I'm not sure why. It's what vlogs are for, talking about things, right? Usually I just use vlogs for channel updates, but I think I might try and get into proper vlogging and vlog about proper stuff. Here's me trying to vlog. I'm terrible. But yeah, I was in America for 10 days and it was amazing. I was meeting my sister. She was doing Camp America this summer, which is in Philadelphia she was at. So I flew over when she finished her camp placement thing and met her there. And we went travelling for a little bit and it was so fun. The first time flying was terrifying. It was the first time I'd ever flown by myself. It wasn't difficult, but it was just so, it was quite tense. Nothing went wrong, everything went according to plan. But it was just the fear of messing up and failing. And in America I had no way of contacting her. My phone didn't work over there for whatever reason. I had no network and it was just like, oh no. But I had a transfer. I had to transfer I got my plane from Glasgow to New York, then New York to, no I didn't. I got my plane from Glasgow to Philadelphia, then Philadelphia to New York. New York was my final destination. So yeah, but no, it was terrifying when I got off the plane at Philadelphia. I had an hour and 45 minutes to transfer and it was fine. It's like, an hour and 45 minutes, no need to worry about that, that's easy. But I spent an hour and 15 minutes in the customs line getting into America and it was horrible. I was just panicking. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna miss this flight. And if I'd missed that flight, then I was gonna be like, Erin's waiting for me at the airport in New York and I have no way of contacting her. She just knows exactly what time my plane comes in. If I miss that, I'm in trouble and I don't even know what would have happened. But thankfully we got through customs, or I got through customs, not we. I got through customs and basically ran. I got off at Terminal A in Philadelphia and had to run to Terminal F. It was terrifying. I thought I was going to miss the plane. I made it by 5 minutes, but wow, it was pretty terrifying. But yeah, that was my the only thing that went wrong in my first time flying alone. It didn't exactly go wrong. It just sort of could have gone better. But yeah, if I was any further back in line, I might have missed that flight. Literally, if there was one person more in front of me, I might have missed that flight. Maybe two people. It was pretty scary. But no, everything went fine. I met her at the airport and we got the bus to the place we were staying. We were using Airbnb when we were over there, so we stayed in multiple people's houses. So we stayed in Brooklyn, which was pretty cool. I'm not going to say where we stayed just because, I don't know why, just not necessary. But no, we got the bus to Brooklyn, dumped off our bags, then went to we didn't go far on the first day. We went to a coffee shop. I was shattered. It was a 9-hour flight. It was not fun. It was so bad, but it was alright. I just sat and played Majora's Mask on the flight and it was just so much fun. It just passed the time perfectly. Zootopoulos was also on the flight. That's always good. Why am I, I've spent 5 minutes now talking about getting to America. This vlog's about how I was in America, so let's just skip all the boring parts. Sorry, I'm not used to vlogging, I'm not good at it yet. But no, I met my sister and then basically didn't really do much the first day. Just went and got coffee and then I went home and slept. The second day, that was our first proper day. I call the day getting there day 0 and then day 1 was the first proper day. But no, the first day was amazing. We did so much stuff. We went to Times Square, we went to Central Park, Brooklyn Bridge, Statue of Liberty, all the cool stuff, and it was just amazing. I've got a whole load of pictures loaded up in front of me. That's what if you keep seeing me looking up, that's me looking at my pictures. Just so it's wee key reminders on what to talk about. I might put some of these in the vlog. Maybe just snip them out and put them somewhere. I don't know. So yeah, it was awesome. Day 1 was probably, I don't know what day was my favourite. They were all amazing, but day 1 in New York was so good. It was just so different. Walking in Times Square that first time was just wow. Wow, seriously. It was mobbed, it was busy, it was just chaotic, but it was just brilliant. And just seeing the screens, like you see them on TV all the time, but you don't ever. It's not the same. Seeing it in real life is just being able to stand in the middle and then look up and then spin around and just see it all. Is just like, wow, it's just impressive. Seriously, wow. It's nothing more I can say but wow. It's good. From there we went to. Did we go to Central Park on day one? I'm sure we did. What did we do on day one? No, we didn't go to Central Park until day two. That was what we did. We headed from Times Square and we walked across Brooklyn Bridge. That was cool. That bridge is massive. That took forever to cross. Seriously, just literally took forever to cross that bridge, but it was amazing. And just see the views, and it just looked incredible. And that bridge I don't know, it is massive. And we were like, we'll just walk across the bridge. It won't take long. I think it literally, I don't know how long it took us. Maybe like an hour to cross it. But wow, it was worth it. We got like halfway across, and Erin was like, "Should we just turn around and go back now?" I was like, "No. If anyone asks you, like, if you cross Brooklyn Bridge, you've got to say yes. I went all the way across. You're not gonna. If someone asks, and you're just gonna be like, no, I got halfway across and turned back and went home. No, never happened. We went all the way, and it was pretty cool. And we got to the other side. There wasn't much on the other side. We found this war memorial thing, which was pretty cool. In a nice wee park of fountain. It was nice. There was just a whole lot of random things scattered around that I never even knew were there, and it was pretty cool just to walk around and just find the stuff that we weren't expecting. It was awesome. But from there we got the train or the subway across, and we got to where did we go? I can't remember the name of the stop, but we got to the ferry port, and we got the ferry across the Staten Island. That was our cheap way of getting to see the Statue of Liberty properly. So we got the ferry there, and then we got the ferry back. But no, the Statue of Liberty was pretty cool. We never got close enough to see it properly, I don't think, but from the boat it was awesome. But this may sound a bit weird, but I actually, when you're on the boat, the view from the Statue of Liberty is not as good as the view of the city. Just seeing the city from the back of the boat, it's just incredible. It just looked so. I'll definitely put a picture of that in. But that just looked amazing. But seeing the Statue of Liberty was pretty cool as well. I can't remember what else we did on day one. We did quite a lot. Day one was fun. I enjoyed day one. Day two, what did we do day two? Looking at my pictures quickly. Day two we met up with one of Erin's friends from camp, Kieran, which he was pretty awesome. And we just did some more exploring pretty much. That was the day we went to Central Park. I love Central Park. And literally Central Park is probably my new favourite place in the whole world. I'm swinging in my chair. I didn't even realise I was doing it. No, but Central Park is probably one of my new favourite places in the whole world. It's just so weird. It feels so out of place. You've got the chaotic city, which I loved. And then you go from there, and then you cross the road, and you go into the park, and it's like, it's gone. I mean, what? It's like, the whole city is loud and chaotic, and then you get into the park, and it's like there's no noise, it's all peaceful, there's people sitting on the grass having picnics, and you don't even feel like you're in the middle of the city. And then you look up and you see buildings, and you're just like, what? That doesn't make sense. But it was impressive. I really loved Central Park. See, seriously, every day I was in New York, I was like, can we go to Central Park? Can we go to Central Park? I love Central Park. So yeah, I was in Central Park like 3 out of the 4 days I was in New York. I just loved that place. I want to go back. But yeah, also on day 2 we went to the New York Public Library, which was pretty cool. It was quite empty. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's like, I expected the New York Public Library to be huge. Oh, it was huge, but it was quite empty. Open corridors, giant walkways and stuff, and it was not what I was expecting, but it was cool. And the outside of it was just, I really enjoyed the outside of it. I actually took a time lapse sitting on the steps outside of that, and that was pretty cool. I don't think I'll include that in. I might. I don't think I should. I don't know. It's got other people in it, like strangers that I don't know. I don't think I should really include stuff like that. But the time lapse was pretty awesome. I enjoyed that. So maybe I'll include that. I'm not sure yet. I'll work that out. But just outside of the city library was just incredible, and I'm looking at a quite cool picture that I've got from there. It's right there. I'll probably put the pictures in. Yeah, let's do that. And then from there we went to the Rockefeller Center, which is where which is where a TV show I watched is set, like 30 Rock. I used to watch. It's a pretty cool TV show. But yeah, me and one of my friends that lives back here in Scotland watched that show like whenever it came out, and it was fantastic. And I sent him a picture. He didn't know I was in New York, and I was like, sent him a picture saying, "Guess where I am?" And outside the 30 Rock building, and he's like, "You're at 30 Rock?" I was like, "Yeah." It was pretty funny. He didn't even know I was in New York, but it was such a cool picture. And I was so disappointed though, because I really wanted to go ice skating. It never even crossed my mind that ice skating wasn't a thing during the summer. Silly me, but yeah, it makes sense. But I really wanted to go ice skating there. Those of you that don't know is I do hockey. Like, I coach a team back in Scotland, and I just love skating and playing hockey and stuff. But I really wanted to go ice skating outside Rockefeller Plaza, and it's just like it's not there. It's just a cafe. It's so disappointing. But nah, it just means I got to go back at winter. Yeah, so next time I go, I'm definitely going back at winter, and I'm definitely going ice skating. But yeah, no, it was fun. I enjoyed Rockefeller Plaza. It just looked amazing. We even found the British flag. There's no Scottish flag, which I was disappointed about, but there was a British flag, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of flags there. Anyway, what are we doing? 15 minutes? Are you serious? Wow. This video is long. I'm on day 2, and there's 10 days. Okay, let's try and speed this up a bit. But from Rockefeller Plaza, yeah, I walked down, and this is weird. Not weird, but it's just so random. But it's one of my highlights of the whole holiday. And those of you that follow my Twitter and my Instagram already know like what's coming here. But I was walking down. We were just walking down the street, and I turned to my sister and was like, "That's Jiggy." Seriously, like, some of you will know Jiggy from. He does Zeldathon and he does Twitch and stuff. And he's just walking down the street casually. I was like, "Is that Jiggy?" And that's Jiggy. And En's like, "Who's Jiggy?" I'm like, and my response was, "The guy that was on my t-shirt yesterday." Yeah, I was wearing the Jiggy Caves t-shirt the day before, and I was like, she's like, "Oh, go say hi." I was like, "I can't go say hi. You can't, what?" But no, I was like, he doesn't know me. He doesn't know who I am. I was just kind of like freaking out a little bit. It was really weird. But he walked down and was walking down the street, and we were walking in the exact same direction. I just seen him crossing the road, and it's like, so we are walking, and I kind of feel weird. It's like we're kind of following him. And he turns into the Nintendo store, which we didn't know was a thing. We didn't know it was there, and that was just awesome. And then was like, "Oh look, it's a Nintendo store. You like Nintendo? Go in." I'm like, "You're just wanting me to go say hi to Judy?" And she's like, "Yeah, but you also like Nintendo, so we got to go in anyway." So I was like, "Yeah, good point." And then we walk in, and who else is sitting there but ZQ and Jellyby? And I was like, "Okay, so we've just gone from 1 Zelda Funner to 3." And I was like, if I wasn't going to talk to Jiggy before, I'm definitely not now. It's like 3 of them. That's like 3 times more excitement levels running through me. I was like, "Oh, what?" So it's weird. I'm just now looking through all like the t-shirts and all the store, and they're just sitting at the front door, and I'm just like, "Go on, go talk to them." I was like, so yeah, I ended up getting pushed into going to talk to them, and it was awesome. Those guys are amazing. It's like they're just as cool as they are in like real life as they are on like screen and camera. Genuine people, and just it was incredible meeting them. And I was just like talking to them, and they were asking how New York was and how long I was here for. It was just like being proper awesome people. It was just cool. And I went to him. I was wearing my Jiggy Caves t-shirt yesterday. I should have worn it today. And he's like, "Oh, you got one of my t-shirts?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So he goes on his Twitter and loads up because he retweeted the picture when I tweeted it, and he loaded it up and showed it to ZQ and Jellyby, and ZQ was like, "Oh, you're Conix?" I was like, "Yes." "Oh, I know you." Oh, she didn't say I know you, but she was like, "Oh, you're Conix?" I was like, "Do you know me?" "Yeah, I see you in the chat and stuff." I was like, "Oh, cool." And I was like, "Wait, I'm the one freaking out about meeting you guys, and you know me? That's crazy." And I was just like, I don't know. I don't know why it's a highlight. It's just so random and unexpected. It's just pretty cool. But no, that was amazing. That was just literally one of my highlights of the holiday, just meeting them. Just because it was random, just what are the odds of that actually happening? If I was not on that street at that exact time, I would not have seen Jiggy go into the Nintendo store. I would have still gone into the Nintendo store at one point, because if we'd found it. Well, yeah, it was pretty cool. So yeah, that was me freaking out. That was one of my freak out moments of the holiday. It was just, Erin loves it every time. Seriously, she would literally say, remember that time in the Nintendo store? I'm like, yeah, she just said it every time because it made me smile. It's just weird. It's like awesome. But yeah, let's move on from that because I've been on that story for a while. But yeah, Nintendo store was fantastic. It's just that is probably one of my new favorite TV shows. One of my new favorite like shops ever. It's just like, it's got awesomeness in it. It's got statues, like Mario statues, like Yoshi, Luigi, Donkey Kong. There's a whole Pokemon section, a Zelda section. It's just amazing. Actually, I'm actually wearing my Nintendo Store New York t-shirt. Let's see if you can get this on camera. Oh, let's try and get in the middle, where everyone comes to play. Which is pretty cool. I really like this t-shirt. No, I really wanted something that said New York on it. Wait, am I centre? No. There we go. So yeah, I really wanted something that said New York on it from when I was away, and it was just, I'm happy with what I got. There was another t-shirt I got, but I never got, but it was a t-shirt I wanted, but it was only an extra large, and I was so disappointed. I'm kind of glad it was only an extra large, because it was after that I found this one, and I like this one better, so that's good. Anyway, moving on. Pictures. Oh, that's about it for day 3. We did other stuff. Just floated around, did shopping and sightseeing. It was awesome. Day 3. What did we do day 3? Oh yeah, day 3 was another day of sightseeing. I just pretty much done everything. We'd managed to squeeze everything into the first 2 days. Seriously, we just chaotically went. But day 3 we followed I think it's called the High Walk, the High Line or something. It's just a big massive walkway and above the city. It's just above all the buildings, above the streets. Not above the buildings, that'd be ridiculous. Not above the streets. And it was just pretty cool. It was all grassy and gardeny, and it was just like, this doesn't feel like New York. And it just followed right around. It was a couple of miles along. It was pretty cool. And then from there we went to Central Park. Central Park was amazing. I love it. And we just went further in this time, and we found the Friends fountain, the water fountain from Friends. That was just hilarious. We had a good laugh there. We were just going dum da 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 dum bum ba dum bum bum ba dum, just walking, singing the Friends theme tune the whole time. It was just fantastic. And I got a picture of jumping, like they did in the actual Friends, the intro thing. You know what I mean? The title screen thing. I don't know what you call it. Theme tune music thing. You know what I mean? And that was fun. I did have a good laugh at that. And we just went back and we just pretty much spent the majority of the day in Central Park, just hanging about. We had a Subway and just sort of had a picnic. And it was fun. Enjoyed that. So that was a pretty chill day. Day 4. This was quite funny actually, because at the end of day 3, one of my friends that lives like 10 minutes walk from my house in Scotland messaged me. He was like, mate, you in New York? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm in New York. You want to meet up? And I was like, whoa, that is, what are the odds of that? Someone that lives 10 minutes walk from me happened to be living 10 minutes walk from me in New York for the same week I was there, and we didn't know anything about it. He just seen something on like my Instagram post and like of me in New York, and I was like, what are the odds of that? So we went up with him, David, and it was pretty awesome. What did we do? We went to Times Square again, went back to Central Park, went to the Met. We just chilled. And it was like one of my favourite pictures were taken with David and Erin. I might post that. Yeah, most of these pictures are actually on my Instagram, so those of you who've seen my Instagram will already know all this. But no, that was awesome. I loved that. But yeah, it was just, what are the odds of that happening? Just meeting David was just like, what? Seriously? You're here? So it was just awesome. And we went to Starbucks and got some milkshakes. And yeah, it was amazing. Oh, that's a thing. 7-Eleven is my new favourite shop ever. It's just so fantastic. Slushies there are just like, you don't get that in Scotland. You get slush machines, but you get like 2 flavours, and the people behind the desk always do it for you. 7-Eleven, you get a big massive slushy machine, and you've got like 7 flavours, and you just go and fill up your own and mix it. It's like $2 for a large. I was like, what? It's amazing. And then they do pizzas, like $5 pizzas. It's seriously one of my favourite places in the favourite shops ever now. It's just so good. But we spent so much money. Well, we didn't spend much money there because it was cheap. But we bought most of our food from 7-Eleven. There was actually one time that we went to 7-Eleven and we spent exactly $7.11, and I was like, that's amazing. And there's like, I've kept the receipt from that just because $7.11 at 7-Eleven. It's probably not that impressive, but I thought it was cool. I'm easily amused. Yeah, but no, 7-Eleven was so good. I wish we had a 7-Eleven in Scotland. That would just be like fantastic. Alright, so moving on, because we have gone quite long. This is going to be a long vlog. Day 5, at the end of day 4, we got the night bus from New York to DC because we are cheapskates and didn't want to pay for a room. Well, we knew we were going to DC anyway, so we thought, why not get the night bus? Because that saves us travelling. It means we're getting there and we don't have to pay for a room. So instead of getting the bus during the day, and it gave us also more time in DC. And I love DC. It's just complete opposite of New York. It's just so, New York is all like cramped in and chaotic and busy. DC is like open, huge, buildings are massive, loads of open space. It felt so different. It was really weird, but it was just, the contrast between the two was crazy. But the monuments in DC were so cool. We went to the Lincoln Memorial. On the first day we went to the Lincoln Memorial, I don't know what the thing's called, the big needle in the middle. What's that called? Is that no, it's not the Washington, no, I can't remember what that's called. But we went to that, and we also went to the Space and Air Museum. That place was cool. I took so many pictures in that place. I don't think I'm going to show you them all. I'll show you a couple maybe. But that was fun. Just, I don't know, I really like space. I've always liked space. I've always wanted to go to space. Odds of it happening, probably really slim, probably won't ever happen. But I would love to go to space, it would be amazing. So yeah, you can now tell that I'm trying to speed this up because I'm looking at my clock and I'm like, wow, okay, this vlog's long. So yeah, but the monuments, it just looks so cool, and then it seemed like a very healthy city. Like the amount of people you've seen jogging around and doing exercise was just, wow. So, wow, you didn't really see much of that in New York, apart from Central Park. That seemed quite healthy, but it just, the contrast between the two was crazy. And it's like, we also seen the White House, but we didn't really get overly close to it. I wouldn't say it was disappointing. It's like, you probably got a better picture seeing it on TV than actually seeing it in real life, which was annoying, but it was alright. But the Lincoln Memorial was incredible. I loved seeing that in real life. You don't realise how big the Lincoln Memorial is until you actually see it in real life. It's wow. But anyway, moving on. Day 6 was a second day in DC, and what did we do? Oh, we went to the Museum of Natural History. I was about to say National History, but it's Natural History. But that place is amazing. I loved that museum. Took so many pictures there as well. But no, that museum is like the dinosaur section was fantastic. All the bones and stuff, and then you got the animal section, which was pretty cool. And what else did we see? The rocks. Like one of my friends back home does geology, and we make fun of, like, all my friends make fun of him for doing geology. It's like, oh, so you study rocks. You study rocks. Look, what's this rock called? But then, like, just as a joke, we know it's a lot more complex than that, but we just say it as a joke. But actually seeing the Natural History Museum and seeing all these rocks and just the amount of them, that's impressive. I didn't realise there was that many. It was really cool. There was even some that glowed in the dark. It's like, what? It's amazing. But I loved that museum. That's probably my favourite museum. I didn't think much could beat the Space Museum, but the Natural History one was like, wow. From there we went to the Jefferson Memorial. What else did we do? I think we just went to Jefferson Memorial. Oh no, we also went to, what's that building called? The one that literally gets destroyed on Independence Day. Is it the World Trade Center? We went there, that was also cool. We just sightseeing pretty much, that's pretty much all we did. All the free stuff. But no, that was amazing. And then Jefferson Memorial, and then from there we went home. And then we spent a third day in DC. This was our final day in DC. And on this day we went to the zoo. The DC Zoo was amazing. I loved the DC Zoo. I took so many pictures of animals. We also went to the Central Park Zoo a couple of days before. That was one of the things we did in Central Park. I forgot to mention that. But no, the DC Zoo was a lot bigger, a lot spacious, and the animals had a lot bigger enclosures. And they seemed a lot, I don't know, it was just a lot bigger and a lot more zooey, and it was free. Central Park Zoo was not free, but this one was free. But no, it was really cool. The elephants and the tigers and the lions and then the gorillas and the monkeys and the parrots and the llamas. I seen a llama. Those of you that follow my Instagram will know this already, but I literally did, at the end of each day I did a photo of the day, and posted one photo from that I took in that day with a wee description of what I did that day exactly. And the photo of the day for that day was a picture of me and a llama. As I think I captioned it like something, I've seen so many amazing animals in like the Washington Zoo today, but here's a picture of a llama. I took a million pictures of awesome animals, like lions and tigers and gorillas and monkeys and seals and sea lions and like turtles, but I sent a picture of a llama. I like llamas. Llamas are cool. But that was fun. That was pretty much all we did that day. At the end of that day we got the night bus to Boston. Boston was, I loved Boston. I would happily live in Boston. I think I said that when I was in America, I don't want to take offence to anyone, my favourite place out of the 3 cities I visited was New York. That was my favourite. But the one I would like to live in is Boston. And I actually plan, I don't know if I will or not, I'd quite like to live in America when I'm older. Currently I'm studying games programming at uni, and I'm going into my final year in a couple of weeks' time. But once I finish, I'll probably move. I kind of want to move to America and get a gaming job over there. That's the plan anyway. I don't know if it will happen or not. But I would happily live in Boston. Boston was cool. But it was weird that Boston is like the exact in middle of Washington and or DC and New York, because it was like open, loads of space like DC, but it had a lot more to do in it like New York. So it was like busy, and it was actually industrialised, and there was a lot to do. So it was like the common ground in between 2 cities, and I loved it. It was amazing. And we followed the Freedom Trail. That was pretty much what we did the full day. We followed the Freedom Trail. Stopped off everywhere. It didn't take that long to follow. It took us like 2.5, 3 hours to follow. But it was awesome. It was funny though, because I've been doing a Let's Play series of Fallout 4 on my channel that you will probably know. And it was just cool seeing some of the stuff that I've actually been playing around, like following the Freedom Trail. And just following it, and it's like, I know where this goes, and I know that building. I've went in that building. I've died over there a couple of times. Like, don't go in that museum. Mutants will attack you. I didn't nerd out as much as that. I know my sister's not much of a gamer, so I try to keep it on the down low. But it was quite fun just seeing all this stuff. But following it, and I don't actually think I followed the full thing in Fallout 4, because there's a mini needle pillar thing at the very end, like in DC, which I didn't know existed. And if I had followed the trail all the way in Fallout 4, I would have found that. So I need to play Fallout again and see if I can find this thing. I'm going to have so much fun playing Fallout again and just seeing this stuff. Like, what am I saying? Yeah, no, like some of the stuff that I've seen in real life now would be pretty cool to see in the actual game. Like seeing the stuff in real life was cool, seeing it in the game before. So I'm looking forward to playing Fallout again. I think I might play some of that tonight. But no, it was awesome. And the USS Constitution, the boat, was pretty cool as well. We went to the museum. I had an amazing time in Boston. We were only there for 1 day, I had an amazing time. After that we got the night bus again and we went back to New York for our final day. Didn't really do, but it's only because we were flying from New York on the day after. That's why we went back to New York. We didn't really do much when we went back, just the same stuff. We went to Times Square, then we went like souvenir shopping for everyone. That's pretty much what we did the last day, buy presents for everyone. And went to Central Park, because I love Central Park. It's about literally my favourite place in the whole world right now. We just chilled there, had a picnic and enjoyed one last time, look at the city. Didn't really do much. And then the final day we just basically got on the train to New York airport, then got the plane from New York to Philly, then from Philly back home. I was not happy leaving. I did not want to leave. Like seriously, I would have done anything to stay longer. But we were broke. We were pretty much broke by the end. I think we had like a Dunkin' Donuts for dinner the day before because we were out of money. But New York is expensive, but I loved it. I would happily go back. I want to go back. I'm planning on going back. I don't know when. I'm going back in winter so I can go ice skating. That's determined. I don't know if there's much more to talk about. I've talked loads. I'm like about over 30 minutes now, so this is a long vlog. I might try and cut it down a bit. I don't know. I'll watch it back and see what I think. But, wow, this is a long vlog. I need to do more vlogs. I've not done many. I do enjoy them. They are fun. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna go. That was my American 2016 trip with my sister. I loved it. Want to go back. Didn't want to leave. But yeah, I've got so many memories from this holiday and so many pictures. I'm never going to forget it. It's probably is actually my favourite holiday ever. I love America. I want to go back. But yeah, now I'm kind of feeling the New York, the holiday blues right now. Now that I'm thinking back, and all these memories just like back at me, and then I'm now remembering going home, and now yeah, I don't want to go home. I didn't want to go home. You know, America was amazing. I loved it. But guys, I highly recommend going to America if you haven't been. New York was fantastic, worth seeing. I want to go back already. But yeah, that's my vlog, my American vlog. I hope you all enjoyed my insight to my trip and hearing my stories. And I hope to see you about my channel. I'll probably try and do more of these vlogs in the future. Maybe not an American one. I probably won't do another American one for at least a year, because I won't be back for at least a year. I don't know if I'm going back next year. I don't know what my plans are for next year yet, but we'll see. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this vlog, and I hope to see you all around my channel or someplace. So thanks for watching. I'll see you about. Bye. I don't know why I did that.